What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Saturday, July 23rd. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 9-game slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. So although he is the most expensive pitcher on the slate, I just gotta bring him up here. I'm gonna pay up for Garrett Cole. He's got a pitching advantage here over a low salary batting team, the Baltimore Orioles. Garrett Cole only giving up a .619 OPS versus righties, a .480 OPS versus switch hitters, facing 5 righties and 3 switch hitters. And the Baltimore Orioles have only hit 22 of his last 112 pitches. That's only a 196 batting average, and it's a huge sample size. So Garrett Cole is $11,300 FanDuel salary, $900 less on DraftKings, but he's averaging 41 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 61, 58, and 30 fantasy points in the last 3 games. He has an ERA of 3.02. Record is 9-2. Pitching an average of 96 pitches per game. So I like Garrett Cole here versus the Baltimore Orioles. Now, if you want to save some salary at the pitcher position, another stud that I like is Julio Urias. He's got a pitching advantage over a low salary batting team, the San Francisco Giants. Julio Urias pitches his best ball versus righty batters, giving up a .627 OPS versus righties. He's facing 8 righties here tonight, and the Giants have hit 22 of his last 84 pitches. That's a .262 batting average. He's $9,200 FanDuel salary, $600 more on DraftKings, averaging 31 fantasy points per game on the season. He has an ERA of 2.89. Record is 8-6, pitching an average of 81 pitches per game. So I like Julio Urias here versus the San Francisco Giants. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. Lots of value here at this position. You got Rowdy Tellez, Nathaniel Lowe, Hunter Dozier, and Jason DeLay. All of those guys under $2,700 FanDuel salary, all the way down to $2,100 for Jason DeLay. So let's take a look at someone in between that I like. I like Hunter Dozier. He's got a 44% batting advantage over Luis Patino. Hunter Dozier giving up a .724 OPS versus righty pitchers. Luis Patino pitching his worst ball by far to righty batters. 45% worse than his other pitches, giving up a 1.475 OPS versus righties. Now, there's no at-bats versus Patino yet, but Hunter Dozier only $2,500 FanDuel salary, $700 more on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season, and he scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. He has a batting average of .269, so I like Hunter Dozier here versus Luis Patino. Okay guys, it's time to announce the winner of our $25 PayPal giveaway, and the winner is Tom Spalding. Tom Spalding, congratulations. You were the winner of this week's $25 PayPal giveaway. Please reply to our comment to collect your prize. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Brandon Lowe with a 35% batting advantage over Brady Singer. Brandon Lowe batting 11% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .829 OPS versus righties. Brady Singer pitching his worst ball versus lefty batters, 23% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .898 OPS versus lefties. There's no at-bats versus Singer yet. Brandon Lowe is $2,900 FanDuel salary, $1,400 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He's been on fire, scoring 10, 21, and 19 fantasy points in the last 3 games. Scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. He has a batting average of .252, and Vegas thinks this is going to be a high-scoring game. 10.5 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So I like Brandon Lowe here versus Brady Singer. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. So I like Austin Riley here as a home run hitter versus Patrick Sandoval. But let me give you a lower salary pick that I like. I like Bobby Witt Jr. with a 66% batting advantage over that low salary pitcher, Luis Patino. Bobby Witt Jr. batting 21% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .779 OPS versus righties. We know Luis Patino is pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, giving up a 1.475 OPS versus righties. No at-bats versus Patino yet. Bobby Witt Jr. is $3,400 FanDuel salary, $1,500 more on DraftKings, averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. He has a batting average of .254, so I like Bobby Witt Jr. here versus Luis Patino. Okay, who do we have at the shortstop position? So here's a stud pick. I like Trey Turner with a 37% batting advantage over Alex Wood. So Trey Turner bats 19% better versus lefties as he does righties. He's got a 1 OPS versus lefties. Alex Wood pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 18% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .732 OPS versus righties. Trey Turner is 4 for 13. That's a .308 batting average and a .972 OPS versus Wood. He's $4,100 FanDuel salary, $1,900 more on DraftKings, averaging 13 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. He has a batting average of .306, so I like Trey Turner here versus Alex Wood. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, moving on to the outfield position. One of my favorite plays on the slate, if you're looking for a stud pick, is Mookie Betts. He's got a 23% batting advantage over Alex Wood. Mookie Betts batting a .902 OPS versus lefties. Alex Wood, we know, pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, giving up a .732 OPS versus righties. I like this pick because Mookie Betts is 5 for 9. It's a 556 batting average and a 1.858 OPS versus Wood. He's got a home run, a triple, a double, and 2 singles. He's $4,200 FanDuel salary, $1,700 more on DraftKings, averaging 14 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. He has a batting average of 267. So I like Mookie Betts here versus Alex Wood. Okay, now if you're not going to be playing Julio Urias, I think this is kind of a sneaky pick at super low salary, especially on FanDuel. Take a look at Austin Slater. Although he's only had 2, 1, and 3 at-bats the last 3 games. I have a feeling that he's going to be in the lineup here tonight because he has excellent player versus pitcher history. So Austin Slater, he's got an 18% batting advantage over Julio Urias. Austin Slater batting 24% better versus lefties as he does righties, giving up a .863 OPS versus lefties. Julio Urias giving up a .627 OPS versus righties. But I like this pick because Austin Slater is 9 for 23. It's a .391 batting average and a 1.156 OPS versus Urias. He's got 2 home runs and 2 doubles, 5 singles, and he's only $2,300 FanDuel salary, $1,100 more on DraftKings. So he's averaging 7 fantasy points per game on the season, but he has scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, and he has a batting average of 297. So I like Austin Slater here versus Julio Urias. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.